Hello guys, welcome to a new video of mine. Well, this time I will be showing a tutorial on how I started my drawing journey. Many people like to go for the pros. They take the, what do you call this? The tips of pros, actually. Well, I don't think that's a good way, but that's also a good way to start. Well, anyways, not everyone has the talent to draw, but everyone can draw. Everyone. Anyways, what I'm gonna use here as the reference is like Yagami's eyes. Because what I will be drawing here is like Yagami's eyes. It's how I started my drawing journey anyways. I started drawing with eyes. It's all how I started getting better at drawing. Well, first we start here with light sketch. A light sketch anyways. Sorry for many moments. Well, it's because like it has been a while actually since I started doing things like this. It's been a while since I started redrawing. I used to draw stickmans. Well, we all used to draw stickmans. Well, and many of us want to start getting better. Well, that's how we work anyways. Well, there's not much tips that I can give since I'm just a newbie at this. I just started around for almost a year now. It's gonna be a year, actually. This January, it's gonna be a year, or this December. It's gonna be for a year this December or January, but anyways, skip me talking if you don't want to hear it a lot. But my drawing journey has been pretty decent. Not much negativity was told to me. Many people would like to tell you to quit. You could just draw stickmen and stuff. But I personally believe that you should draw that. You should take those negative words into strength. Turn them into an energy which it will guide you to your path. Take it into an energy. Turn it into energy that will make you push forward into drawing more. That's how I started. My drawings are bad. Yes, I know. My drawings are bad. It's not those top-style artists that you see around YouTube. But still, what I really want to say here is, instead of taking it from a pro's perspective, yes, you can take from a pro's perspective, but a newbie's perspective matters most. Since the pros, they also started from being a newbie. So why don't we take their newbie ideas, like how they started? You would ask, oh, how did they start? Ask them, how did they start? Pardon me for talking while drawing, but this is what I really want to say. Many of us started from the bottom. The stickmans are our foundation. We started drawing stickmans. That could be considered as a foundation. The stickmans are the base plane. Then, next thing is, what would you like to draw? For example, me. I like to draw eyes. So, because I like seeing eyes, actually. So I started drawing eyes. My first few eye drawings were bad. I could just draw a circle, a dot, those usual stuff. Then I started looking for references on online. You can use your browsers, search engines, use them, utilize it. Look for references on them. Well, I'll stop talking now. I'll talk a bit when there's some things I want to say, but for now, enjoy the show. If you are wondering, by the way, why would we need these two? Well, for the correction ink, we would need it later for details. For those who like to draw with colors or would like to draw with shadings, you could also use correction inks. You can find them online or just buy some. Correction inks can help you improve your drawings by a lot. That's how some of my drawings improve. Well, using the available materials that you have anyways, that would help you improve. Well, on this part, a sketch always saves you. Don't always use a ball pen. Use these pencils that they are there for a reason. Making a sketch, though, doesn't always mean that you will have to follow your sketch line by line. If you think that there's something wrong with your sketch, or well, doing a final inking, which is using the ball pen, or the final outline, you could fix it using the ball pen. Take away this. Don't always follow the sketch line by line, because following your sketch line by line may sometimes end up wrong. Follow what you think is fine, but what do you think is right into the drawing? You should pour your soul and energy into it. Because if you have a passion, your passion will evolve to something further, more elegant, more beauty. Also, another reason a pencil should be used is for the shadings. Shadings really save or help your drawings a lot. If you know how to shade, or if you don't, for those who know how to shade, it's good for you. But if you don't, well, you should learn online. There's a lot of things you can learn online. They can give you tips on how to shade and how you should do a shading. If you think your shading is bad, well, just improve. It's up to you to improve. It's not up to other people. It's not up to how stuff works. It's not up to how the pros do it. You shouldn't always compare yourself to the pros, but comparison is sometimes also an energy that will help, that will drive you forward. You will be energized to do something because there's a goal you need to reach. Also, don't mind these paintings. I'll just grab my acrylic markers. There you go. This part is for those who like to color their artworks like me. I like to color my artworks because they show more of what I draw than just using a pencil and a ball pen, because I can't do rendering yet, so this is what really saves me a lot. It helps me know my design. It helps me know how should I draw things. Helps me fix them a lot. Anyways, we'll be grabbing this, the red. I'll show you guys a technique of mixing colors, or just making colors from making shades from tree colors with just the white and the black and the color of your choice, anyways. This is an 80-piece acrylic marker. Well, oops, that's wrong. That should be, wait, let me get it out for a sec. Yep, fix it. Yeah, that's better. This is an 80-piece acrylic marker set. I bought it on TikTok. It's just 100. Oh, yeah. Stand up. Oh, just fix it. Get there. Anyways, let's return this. Bah. Anyways, it's good. So, yeah. Now we have these, which is the three colors that we need. The black is mainly for making the color darker. Since the black is a very, 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 very dominant color, if you're looking to mix it, we should just make dots like this. Sorry, you can't see it much, but I'm sorry that you can see it much. It's because it's harder to dot than while there's a camera in front. Anyways, I'm gonna redot them again. And so, like that, we'll fix this lining because there are some holes on it. Anyways, those dots will serve as a blender, We'll just have to fix our lines first here. And there. There you go, add a little bit of details. And this is what I said about not always following the sketch. As you see, I did 2 lines there instead of 1 because that will be the proper. There you go. Anyways, while we have to re-add it because it got dried already. Acrylic markers are very fast to dry. Well, actually, depending on what acrylic markers. And here's how we will blend them. This is how the blending works. We only put dots of black because it's too dominant. Sorry for the skip. It's just got a little bit paused. There's something that happens already. You skip that. Now, there we go. Carefully put the red on them. Well, after blending with the black color, or doing blending like what I did, we should always wipe our acrylic markers because the color will stain there. So, yeah. For white acrylic markers, we should always do that as well. Well, the fun thing about acrylic markers is you can put ball pen after putting acrylic markers. So, yeah, look at this. You can re-add the design, the details in the design that you added that got covered by the acrylic markers. So, yeah, it's like that. Let's fix that lining out, that outline. Fix it a bit. You'll see what the shadows are for later. Now, here's our white. We'll make the red lighter there, so it'll look like a bit of peachy in color. Well, after doing that, actually, you should always do this. Or if you don't want to waste much of your paper, you could just use wipes. But I like doing this so that I'll know if what color I mixed, like red and stuff. Now, see? Sorry, it's a bit blurred. Let me just zoom up on a bit. Yeah, there. See? There's a bit of a stain there, but it actually does not affect the color of the marker anymore. Since I cleaned that up. Well, see? Here's the eye. Just fix a bit of it. Fix a bit of the coloring. There you go. Hello. I wiped it on the paper and Now here is here where the friction ink comes in. Oh, friction ink helps you add some details on your eyes. Sorry about the mess on the friction ink. I use this a lot, actually. Yeah. So if you're wondering why, if you're got like something wrong on the eyes, like you covered the whole thing in black if you got two. But circles, just use friction inks. They help you a lot, actually. The way they're just white is very pristine. It's like they're paper. Yeah, these are the colors to be used now. You'll be adding some veins to the eyes. Well, let me just... Here they go. Well, here's the veins. Why do I feel like something is missing? Oh, yeah, right there. Well, let's get this again. Bum. There you go. Here's a thick markers. One advantage of having many colors is that you can have skin tones. Well, having this one skin tone is enough. But I personally like having a lot of skin tones, since having skin tones will help a lot of my arts. Let's just close this up. And then, let's return this. Well, here we go. That's rubber skin tone. When adding skin tone, we should always color the spaces that we haven't shaded because following the blending technique that I showed earlier, we should first do the unshaded ones. That's why we put some shading on them. Where we put the shadings, that's where we're gonna put, or that's where we're going to blend it with the black color. Or having a skin tone around. First, we'll be using the same acrylic markers. Anyways, so, yeah. Now we put a little bit of color to the shaded part so we know. And then we'll put on some black dots. Only put some black dots. Let me just fix this. Yeah. Only put some black dots, not too much of the black, since the black is a very, very dominant color, as I said earlier. It's very dominant. Now we do the blending technique. Make sure to cover the corners and stuff. Making sure it's fixed. There we go. Oh, and by the way, don't worry. If the black dots are still seen, you can just overrule them by adding more of the same color that you put. Just brush 'em on top like that. Or you could do a watercolor one. You could like add the acrylic marker. Then, if you have a paintbrush, wet it a bit. And like add a little bit of water to it. Then you could just brush it over the black spots, but then always they will be covered anyways by the skin coloring. Make sure to brush the skin color over them so that they will get covered. Also, adding the white acrylic markers over the hearts where there are not where we didn't put any shadows. It will enhance our drawings as well, since it will shine on the light. It will shine on the light, so you see it more. Don't use a mechanical pencil when you're reshading. You should use your usual pencils and hold it like this. Just almost optimal way to hold a shading pencil. And you're shading with the pencil. Sorry for the blurredness. But my fix there. There. That's how we shade. Only add a little bit of pressure, not too much. Or the shading will get ruined a lot. Now here's the full product. Well, anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Then it's just me checking under the paper. Well, I would recommend having an A4 paper or media paper. But anyways, goodbye. Here's a little bit of a trend. Nice. It's not the blue ice, but still. Trend is a trend. Well, I hope that many people out there will draw what they like, so that they can start their drawing journey